YouTube, man, what's going on? It's LNH back with another vid, man, and we gotta break this down. You guys know Sharife Cooper just played a few days ago, and also Brandon Boston did something that is super exciting, very interesting, and no one is talking about it. So let's break it down and get right into it. If you guys don't know, BJ Boston, aka Brandon Boston, just played very recently the other day, and he actually dropped 10 points, 4 rebounds, and actually went 4 for 9 from the field. Now, I honestly think he did decently well. Of course, whenever you're making this transition, it's going to be tough. And you guys have noticed by now, man, there were a number of other rookies that have played significantly better than him. But I got to give him props here. He definitely for sure showed that he can score the basketball. But again, I think being rookie and for sure just getting into the NBA, he's going to have to find his way throughout the game. And of course, you guys know it's crazy to me the fact that they were saying this dude was actually going to be drafted one of the top 5 to 10 picks back in high school. So it's crazy how rankings do not always necessarily really accurately predict how you're going to do in the future and if you're really one of the best rookies or not according to high school stats. But if you guys have not heard the news by now, I'm going to put the tweet up here. And of course, this is from Shams Charania, of course, a reputable basketball news source. He actually said the Clippers' BJ Boston, the number 51 pick in that 2021 NBA draft, is signing a 2-year guaranteed rookie deal, sources tell The Athletic and Stadium. Now, this is huge for sure. I think this is a great move in the team's direction. They clearly are starting to see that Brandon Boston can add value to the team, and he has a ton of talent if nurtured and if he continues to work on his game and really get confident in his skills and his ability. I think for sure this is great for Brandon Boston too, because he got drafted pretty late. I'm sure this was a lot later than he thought he was initially going to get drafted, but he's continuing to work and he's definitely an underdog that I'm going to be rooting for in the future. But man, I have to point this out. Whenever we talk about Brandon Boston, man, I gotta say this. Some people aren't gonna like it. I've seen a ton of comments calling this dude overrated, and this is insane to me. I think it's one thing to just take a look at his college career and clearly see that he definitely didn't play the best as a lot of people thought they would, especially coming out of high school being a McDonald's All-American and even a top 5 ranked player in the country. Some people were expecting a lot more from him, but to be honest, I really wouldn't call him overrated at this point, because if you look at where he got drafted 51st, which in my opinion, I think for sure they definitely correlated how he played in college to where he got drafted, which means they did him justice in this part. But I think what this is going to do for him is add fuel to the fire. Brandon Boston is clearly a great player who can shoot the ball, who can handle, and being that he's pretty tall, I think he can make an impact in the game, but it's really just finding his momentum in the NBA. You guys know college basketball is way different than the NBA, and of course, the one thing some people have been pointing out is the fact that since he didn't play that well in college, how is he really going to perform in the NBA even better? And I think it's all about working on your game and taking that time to really develop into the player you want to be. And for sure, I think this is more of a confidence issue than a talent issue. Clearly, this dude has showed he can dominate top level talent at times, but I really think it's just him bringing it every single night and being super aggressive to go at other people. Now, some reports actually have stated the deal as $2.5 million, and I think this is great for Brandon Boston, but for sure, he definitely has a lot that he's going to need to work on if he wants to be successful in the NBA for long term. But yes, he definitely has a lot of time to develop and grow, and I think this is just the start. And again, it's only one game. We cannot judge people off one game. A lot of people like to do that, saying LaAngelo Ball is one of the best guys out here, is going to win MVP, all this other stuff, man. Just take one game at a time, observe these guys, and really enjoy it, because these guys are super talented and they have a ton of confidence in their game, all the rookies. So shout out to them. You guys let me know in the comments down below if you think there's anything I missed about this topic about Brandon Boston. Let me know how you think he did. Comment it down below. Now, on the other hand, man, we gotta talk about Sharife Cooper. Man, a lot of people are saying this dude is overrated as well with his first game. Now, of course, you guys know I'm not the type of person to really say and call players overrated. And I think Sharife Cooper did pretty well. He scored 11 points, had 6 assists and 2 rebounds. So in my opinion, that's decently well for a first game, but a lot of people noticed he pretty much had a rough game. Now personally, I see this as growing pains, and this is just the type of process he's going to have to go through if he wants to really be able to play in the NBA and really gel well. Now of course, it's going to take some time, and definitely for sure, I got to point this out. Man, Sharife Cooper's teammates were missing a ton of layups. He was passing the ball and they were missing layups, so you guys know what's going to happen. His stats are not going to look as good, and that of course, that's really out of his control. So I think for sure he was definitely passing the ball a ton and really helped his teammates out a lot, but he definitely started out kind of slow in the game. But I think, again, him being pretty short, only around 6'1", maybe 6'2" at most, I think these are the type of process he's going to have to go through to really get comfortable playing in the NBA. But again, you can still have a bad first game or a decent first game, and we really shouldn't be so quick to judge or call him overrated at this point, because again, it's only one game and he has plenty of time to continue to work. And of course, you guys know who he's going to be learning from at this point, Trae Young. I think that's going to help him tremendously to really improve his game. And if he's going to try to work on his jump shooting at all, man, Trae Young would be the guy to go to and could really help him as well, and maybe give him some tips, because I think that's the thing that's going to separate Sharife Cooper at this point. Again, he has the IQ. He doesn't really have the height in this case, but he knows how to play the game of basketball. But man, if he can really develop that mid-range and that three-point jump shot to be solid in the NBA, I for sure see this dude having a long-lasting career in the league. But again, it's going to take time for him to really work on his game, and things do not happen overnight. You guys know this by now. But man, his teammates got to make those layups. It was crazy to me how many times they were missing easy shots that they really should make, and of course it would help Sharife Cooper's stats look better. So come on now. Now, what's interesting as well about this situation is that people are actually saying Sharife Cooper is a pass-first point guard. And that's pretty interesting, because in college, Sharife was still able to get his having 20, 30-point games while getting a ton of assists, probably even 10-plus assists, which not a lot of people can do that. So being able to balance getting yours, but also passing, getting your teammates involved is something I think he can do, and he should be able to bring it to the NBA level if he continues to develop and work and really grind it out. But another thing a lot of people noticed as well is this dude had a lot of turnovers. Now, he had around 6 turnovers, which that's pretty tough to me. I got to be honest, you don't want to be turning over the ball like that. But again, I think that's just part of the growing process and really finding your place in the NBA. But man, a lot of people were making comments as well that Sharife Cooper did get dropped. I gotta be honest, that's tough. But at the end of the day, man, it's basketball. Every good defender gets dropped, so that at least shows that he's playing defense and he's trying to get up and someone trying to steal the ball from them at least. Now, another thing I noticed about Sharife Cooper was that he looked a little bit bothered by some of the defenders when they were guarding him. And that's crazy to me, because in college, I always said this since day one. Man, there was no one who could speed up Sharife Cooper, and he always went at his pace. But it's crazy how once he got to the NBA and is pretty much going against some of these NBA defenders, man, they're able to really speed him up and get him uncomfortable with the ball. But again, there's a ton of pressure to these first games. It's the first game of your NBA career, and again, it does not mean everything, and I'm sure he will play a little bit better maybe his next game, and we'll see something big from him very soon. But I know he has the skill and talent to really do it. It's just only a matter of time before we honestly do see that. But I'm curious, what do you guys think about this game as well? Leave it in the comments down below. What do you think about Sharife Cooper? How did he play? I think he played decent, but you guys know a lot of people were saying it was a horrible game. Let me know what you thought about his first game, as well as BJ Boston, of course, signed the contract, locked it in, as well as he played decently well. Yes, his jump shot is there. You just got to keep working, keep grinding on his game. But you guys let me know in the comments down below if you think I missed anything. What do you think about the video? Drop any video suggestions you do have for me. I'm always taking a look at those. Man, make sure you like the video and subscribe. It is free. It does not cost anything, and I appreciate each and every one of you that is tuning into the channel, man. We are growing like crazy. We're going to the moon, so I appreciate each and every one of you. All right, man, it's LNH, I'm out.